My name's Ryan, and I'm 28 years old. I own a shop here in Holbrook, and we do some things here, but mostly we like to build custom cars. Actually building the clean rooms and things like that requires a lot of the same tools, machines, parts, pieces that you would use to build custom cars, fabricate things that you need. So it's all kind of goes hand in hand, that what we build during the week that allows us to have the space, have the tools, have the ability to build custom cars, parts, pieces, fun things on the weekends, after hours. I got the car 7 years ago. I had originally had a Mk4 GTI 2004. About 4 months into owning the GTI, I got a call from a friend of my father's. He happened to have the Mk4 R32, which he rarely drove. It had about 52,000 miles on it in about 10 years. He drove it every once in a while to work and some weekends. I pretty much made an offer to the gentleman on the phone through their phone call, and they sort of laughed at me, and I said, no, I'm serious. I'd like to go see the car tomorrow, and I have cash I can hand you. And even though I had just bought the GTI, I went out and looked at the R32, and so I purchased it from him. Only about 150 of these made it here total, between Canada and the United States. That's North America in general. When I got to the 18s, they were from a Subaru. Same bolt pattern, 5x100, but the ET, the specs, the offset didn't quite fit the car. So I had to decide if I wanted to completely rebuild the wheels or if I wanted to do some sort of wide body and maybe be a little different. So I ended up finding these as universal flares. I found a set of 10 centimeters, so that put everything outside of the car about 4 inches. And the first setup ended up being square, 18 by 12. There was no question that I had to cut, and then the decision was to get rid of the wheels and start over, or to cut the car and just, change how we were going to build the car pretty much forever. Because once you've cut it, I don't want to say there's no going back, because metal's metal. You can always do what you want with it, but there's pretty much no going back once you've cut it. Right now, the new wheel setup is 18 by 13 in the front and 18 by 15 in the back. It's 275 front tire and a 335 rear tire. It's pretty much the biggest tire for 18 that Toyo makes, so I really couldn't go any larger on the rear. I had the lip custom made at 7.5 inches on the outside. The fronts have custom made turbo fans. Interior, the seats are stock. They're the stock Koenigs that came with the car. They're the original cloth centers with the R emblem embroidered in it. I cut and trimmed the upholstery to fit in the harnesses that are in there. Those don't come factory like that, and I've not ever seen another Koenig seat or another stock R seat with harnesses in it. Most people do it and put it up over the bolsters, which you're not supposed to do. So I cut and I made it go through the seat. Pretty much everything else on the inside of the car is changed except for the dashboard. A digital gear indicator and shift light on the dash. I have a KDN shift tower. It's non-sequential. It's just an O2M with a dog box. So it's pretty much clutch in first, and then you can just snap through the rest of the gears. Wave track limited slip front and rear. I have the HPA touch motion Haldex control, which allows me to play through a couple of different functions. The engine bay took about 10 months to do. It was actually coupled in with doing the new fenders and wheels. The car was already cut, but we had to refit these are completely new fenders. They're now 7 inches on the front and 9 inches in the rear. And that went together with doing the entire shaved bay. Like I said, it took us 10 months to completely pull it out. Me and a few friends, we were able to get it out of the car and do it all right here in the shop. Everything but the paint, that was done by my friend Raul over at Lido's Customs. Everything was powder coated by Chris and Casper at KK Finishing Company. We did something like 140 parts. Individual parts were powder coated or painted off of the motor, and then something around 240 to 260 beauty washers and individual bolt parts, pieces, dress-up washers, things like that were done. Runs pretty much everything from the hood hinges down to the transmission, and underneath to the oil pan. Everything has a beauty washer and a hex head bolt. That includes the headlights, the ballast for the HIDs that are hung inside of the fender. Everything, if you take it off, is beauty washed. The wing is, aside from the blade, which is from APR, the dual blades, everything else is built by me. I cut the end plates out on the CNC machine. I cut the uprights out on the CNC machine. Everything else is just bolts, brackets, pieces to make it work. I can hang on it. It doesn't go anywhere. It's hatch mounted, which some people are. I guess it's a back and forth subject. Some people are, have to be chassis mounted. The way I have it mounted to the wing, like I said, I can hang on it. It doesn't bend my hatch or anything like that. So I don't really see a problem. I've driven at 120, 140 with it, and it's not come off the car and killed anyone yet. A lot of people choose to go forced induction with this motor because it's very hard to build power on the NA 3.2. Everything is clearanced. Everything is pretty much the biggest it can be in terms of intake, exhausts, anywhere that air goes in and out. It has a 3-angle valve job. It has strict 268 cams. They're actually built up a little bit higher. Everything, it's just meant to flow. You just want to get in as much air and exhaust out as possible. It does 323 at the wheels, and high flow oil pump. Just a few general things that give it what I would call exceptional power for a 3.2. Other than that, no, there's no real problems getting it out of the car. I'm very comfortable to drive it, sit in it, and do whatever. The car has no problems. It doesn't overheat. I've driven it a long distance with the motor like this already. We've done a couple of 100 miles. I think it's just built to be a strong car.
Yo, just want to say, if you guys made it this far in the video, thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification. It helps me out a lot. And with this video, there's actually going to be a lot more shots to it. Some roller shots, a bunch of standstills, some driving interior, like him doing flybys. But we didn't shoot that the first day. And then when we were going to go and shoot the second time, it just totally, like, our schedules were completely off, or something came up. I had emergencies, so it was just like bad luck. And then the pan on his car actually cracked at the AC New Jersey event for Import Expo. So that put another setback on everything, but it is what it is. We're gonna wait until the spring. We're gonna do another video. If you guys like this one, definitely let me know below in the comments. I'm very curious. I want to hear your guys' feedback and read it. But I'm tired. I have work early tomorrow. Thank you guys. Peace out. And the next one should be within a week or two. Max 3 for Watt Media. Videos every week from now on out. Peace.